Poco Lee's name suddenly became one of the biggest talking points on social media after reports began circulating that the popular Nigerian entertainer had allegedly been arrested in the United Kingdom. For many people, the story came as a complete shock. Poco Lee had spent years building his reputation as a dancer, entertainer, and performer. He became known for his energetic dancing, his appearances alongside major Nigerian artists, and his growing influence within the entertainment industry. But suddenly, people were no longer talking about his dancing. They were asking one question. What happened to Poco Lee in the UK? Reports began claiming that he had allegedly been arrested over a serious sexual offense allegation. The story spread quickly. Social media users started sharing posts about the alleged arrest, while others began searching for more information about what had happened. Some people were shocked. Some immediately defended Poco Lee. Others began criticizing him. And some people were already treating the allegation as though it had been proven. But there was an important problem. The reported arrest had not been officially confirmed by UK police or a court in the information available at the time. That meant the public was suddenly dealing with a very serious story, but many of the most important details were still missing. And then another part of the story emerged. A Nigerian-born rapper known as Miss Georgie reportedly came forward with serious allegations against Poco Lee. According to reports about her account, she described an alleged incident that happened in Dallas, Texas, in 2024. She reportedly said that she and a female friend went to meet Poco Lee at his apartment. At the time, Miss Georgie was reportedly trying to develop her career in music. She wanted advice. She wanted to make connections. And according to her account, her female friend already knew Poco Lee from Nigeria. So the meeting was reportedly supposed to be connected to music and career opportunities. But according to Miss Georgie's allegation, things allegedly took a completely different direction. She claimed that Poco Lee behaved inappropriately toward her. She alleged that he attempted to sexually assault her. She also alleged that her female friend became involved in the confrontation. According to the account she later shared publicly, the two women resisted and eventually managed to leave. Those were extremely serious allegations. But there is an important distinction. They are allegations made by Miss Georgie. They have not been established as facts by a court. And there was no verified information showing that the alleged incident in Dallas was responsible for the reported UK arrest. That distinction became very important. As the two stories spread online, people began connecting them. One person would post about the alleged UK arrest. Another person would post about Miss Georgie's allegations. Then somebody else would claim that the two stories were connected. Before long, social media users were discussing the situation as though the connection had already been confirmed. But there was no verified evidence establishing that connection. The alleged incident described by Miss Georgie reportedly happened in Dallas. The alleged arrest was reported to have happened in the United Kingdom. Those are different countries and different legal jurisdictions. So naturally, people began asking questions. If Poco Lee was really arrested in Britain, what was the reason? Was it connected to Miss Georgie's allegations? Was there another complaint that the public had not heard about? Was the reported arrest accurate? Or had people simply connected two separate stories because they involved the same person? Nobody had a confirmed answer. And the lack of information only made the story spread faster. People began checking Poco Lee's social media accounts. Followers wanted to know where he was. Others wanted him to explain what was happening. Some people believed he should speak immediately. Others argued that he should remain silent until he had spoken with lawyers. And this is where celebrity controversies become extremely complicated. When a famous person refuses to immediately respond to a serious allegation, social media often starts creating its own explanations. One person says the celebrity is hiding. Another says lawyers have advised them not to speak. Someone else claims they know what happened. Then another person repeats that claim. Eventually, speculation starts looking like fact. But speculation is not evidence. Around the same time, other Nigerian personalities began reacting to the controversy. Very Dark Man reportedly questioned whether the public had enough evidence to reach a final conclusion. His reaction created another argument online. Some people believed he was simply asking for evidence. Others accused him of defending Poco. But there is a difference between defending someone and saying that an allegation needs to be investigated before a person is declared guilty. The same principle applies to anyone accused of a serious offense. A person making an allegation deserves to be heard. But the person being accused also has the right to defend themselves. And ultimately, evidence has to determine what happened. Another entertainer, Mr. Rio, also reportedly defended Poco. Mr. Rio said he believed Poco was innocent. He also spoke about his own experience, claiming that he had previously faced what he described as a false accusation in the United Kingdom. His comments attracted attention because they gave Poco another public supporter. But Mr. Rio's experience cannot prove what happened in Poco's situation. It can only show that someone who knows him believes in his innocence. And that brings the controversy back to the same question. What actually happened? The biggest problem was that people wanted an answer immediately. Social media moves extremely quickly. A headline can reach millions of people within hours. A short video can go viral before anyone has checked where the information came from. And once a serious allegation becomes viral, it can be almost impossible to control the narrative. People begin choosing sides. Some believe the accuser. Some believe the celebrity. Some simply believe whatever version of the story they saw first. But legal investigations do not work like social media. They require evidence. They require statements. They require investigation. And they can take time. There is also an important difference between an arrest and a conviction. Even if the reported arrest were eventually officially confirmed, that would not automatically mean Poco had committed the alleged offense. An arrest can be part of an investigation. Police may arrest someone because they need to investigate an allegation or question a suspect. After that, authorities may gather evidence and decide whether there is enough evidence to proceed. A person could eventually be charged. They could be released without charge. Or the matter could proceed to court. A conviction is a separate matter entirely. That is why saying someone was arrested and saying someone committed a crime are not the same thing. The Dallas allegation also raises important questions. Ms. Georgie reportedly said the alleged incident happened in 2024. That means it was not necessarily a brand new incident. It was an older allegation that became publicly discussed around the same period that the UK arrest reports began circulating. That timing naturally caused people to wonder whether there was a connection. But timing alone does not prove anything. There is currently no verified information establishing that the Dallas allegation caused the reported UK arrest. And without that evidence, it would be irresponsible to present the two stories as one confirmed case. Another question is whether Ms. Georgie reported the alleged incident to authorities at the time. Reports about her account have discussed her explanation for not immediately involving police. But that does not by itself prove whether a formal complaint was eventually made. And even if a complaint was made, that still would not establish the truth of the allegation. A complaint is the beginning of an investigation, not the end of one. Investigators would still need to establish what happened. They would need to consider statements, evidence, witnesses, and any other relevant information. That is why the legal process matters. For Poco, the controversy could have serious consequences even before any legal outcome. He is a public figure. His reputation is connected to his career. He works in an industry where public perception can have a major effect on opportunities. When millions of people hear a serious allegation involving a celebrity, some may immediately change their opinion. Others may stop supporting the person. Some may continue defending them. And some will wait for more information. The internet, however, does not always wait.